Again, we would like to remind you that honestly, the outcome of this second game is going to be more crucial and even detrimental to the health status of both of these teams. If Evos are able to win it 2-0, it will propel them and advance them to the playoffs. If Alter Ego loses again, I think it might be over for that team morale. So we do see a Joy, Yves, Fredrin being banned out. Kadita, Fanny, Paquito taken out as well. I don't think anything has changed except for the Fredrin takeaway. And that means, wait, what's left open here? Edith.
The Edith is up for grabs. Could be first pick by Evos Legends. Aside from that, Valentina also still up for grabs. I don't know if they want to go for it though this time around. Evos. At this point, what should be first pick prio? Valen. All right. So it's still going to be the Valentina. Seems like Krite wants to give Uriel a bit of a tutorial on that hero.
Trying to show him how it's done. We'll see what the response is though for Alter Ego. They have fielded the Edith before, but I think that was when Rekt was still in the roster. So will they try and put Rasi in that role? Because again, it has engaged, but it's not nearly as dynamic as what you've expected from Rasi, who has been on that Rawi mode.
Rawi mode.
Yeah. We're going to see an Atlas, a Kufra from Mr. Rasi Rawi, or are we going to see an Oh My Rasi moment here? Terizla, though, is still going to be the choice. We mentioned this in the keys of victory, but in game one, both teams ignored the Terizla. Now, though, that the Terizla has been picked by Alter Ego, does this mean Evos might go for the X-Borg to try to counter the Terizla?
That will be a funny situation, but the Bruno is also taken away from Brands. Put in the hands of Nino, that is great potential. For Evos then, are they going to go and try and outlast the damage? Are they going to try and fight it with the Brody, the same way we saw Nino did in game number 1? Or maybe they can just hide that gold pick for now.
It could definitely work. If they don't want to risk it, you know, Evos Legends might pick up a Diggy, honestly, taking it away from Alter Ego. I don't know if Alter Ego would commit onto the Diggy Bruno, but they definitely do have a chance here in the first phase, seeing as they do have one more slot left. So do you think the Diggy pick is worth it?
It can work against Terizla, right? Considering there's a huge signal to the beginning of the fight from Alter Ego. The Diggy, it can work, but I don't know if it's a bit too early for now. Lancelot is going to be where it's at, along with that Edith, man. This is dangerous, because for Alter Ego, with the Terizla, this means that it's going to be a bit divey, and that is where the Edith really shines.
Diggy for Alter Ego. You can see the smile, the cheeky little smile from Rasi. He knows what he wants to go for. Oh my Rasi, will we see that Diggy? A hero that we have seen many times in Season 11 that led to Alter Ego winning? No, is the answer. The Hellcurt will be the option. I would have thought up against an Edith as well, some lockdown there, some clear in the first phase that could be utilized by Alter Ego. Brody, an option. I think the safest pick would still be the Irithel. The Brody does well, but you can't go for the Purify. Once you get silenced by the Hellcurt, say goodbye to your HP bar. You have no counterplay to that dive. And also against the Terizla, not too good of a matchup.
Yes, the Terizla is the big problem right here for Evos, right? Even if they don't really want to have a backline, the penalty zone can definitely be a huge problem for them, even if they're going aggressively or defensively. But it's going to be a Cho in the hands of Alter Ego. This is quite dangerous, man. That is a signature power pick for a Rawi.
Literally, yeah, literally Rawi.
Yeah.
Literally. All right. This is putting Evos in quite a difficult position, right? Because if they are going to be forced on the Irithel and the Bruno in lane is going to be quite difficult for the Irithel. It would really require a hero in that roam position that can help the Irithel in the lane. And the only hero that comes to mind for me personally would be Diggy, but Diggy's banned out.
Yeah, Melissa would be a good option against the Terizla and the Cho. Against the Bruno, you do struggle. It seems like they will be going for that Irithel and a Grok, too, to facilitate some of these initiations. Not too sure who's going to be going to the XP lane just yet, but I think the Grok should be the one in the XP for some more damage.
I think that makes sense. And so far, it's a mobile dive composition, but the lack of engage right now is a bit of a stark contrast compared to game number 1. It's going to be a wild charge only and an onward Earth Shatter combo. Both maybe you can say a bit reliable, but they're also on quite long cooldown. Alter Ego, on the other hand, has a penalty zone to play around with. Have the Jeet Kune Do with the Dragon combo, and they can even try and engage with Hellcurt in the and start with the Hellcurt instead. So this is looking quite scary, especially because we haven't seen the final pick for Alter Ego.
Quick question, can the Valentina take Hellcurt's ult?
Yes.
I believe she can, yes, but then that's not really a useful
utility
tool,
ult.
I feel like.
I guess it's
Oh!
all right. So we're gonna see a Faramis here for Alter Ego last pick, giving them a little bit more sustain in these team fights. Help protect when Evos go for an engage. And with that being said, who do you think has a better draft?
Well, I gotta put my bet on Evos right here. There's a Faramis that could be a problem, but there is a Valentina. So there's that, factor to talk about. And aside from that, if Alter Ego wants to focus everything on the Irithel, keep in mind there's still an Edith, man. That Edith damage is just deceptive. You have no idea how much it hurts, especially if you're also one of the squishier, one of the squishier heroes moving forward to try and do damage. So Nino needs to be very aware of...
Hiding a game, ladies and gentlemen, to see the results from Evos and Alter Ego. Who is going to be able to take the game? That answer will be here, but look at this.
Wait, Nino. First time ever I'm seeing the Bruno. Oh, wow, good steal by Rossi there. A little bit of a cheeky invade going on, and Udon Pai cutting the waves here. But yeah, Purify for the Bruno.
Purify Bruno against the Wild Charge, against the, the Earth Shatter. It makes sense if Alter Ego is playing a bit more conservatively. So you can tell from there that they're still respecting the chance for Evos Legends to hold their own in a big fight. But it's going to be the Edith in the EXP lane, so more chances to get more items, good chance to 1v1 and even bait maybe a 1v2 situation. The Edith is just very strong right now. Taz will be able to secure, but Rossi might get Punisher.
Let's see. Rossi escaping for a bit. Taz chasing, misses the puncture, and Rossi gets out, buying a lot of time. Jeet Kune Do gets him to safety, and Silly Boy is already rotating over to the enemy jungle, looking for that retribution, and the steal gets it. Level 4 already. Taz gonna be poked down by Sully Boy, forcing Taz away. No level 4. I don't know if this is a mistake, by the way. Taz Impure Rage?
He has like a thing for it.
Yeah.
Because earlier on, he was also using the Impure Rage.
Impure Rage
The first game.
Lancelot.
Fredrin earlier.
We've seen him use it, on Fredrin. He uses it on a lot of heroes. I guess for a bit more mana sustain, he can spam a bit more and still have a bit more damage in the prolonged engagement. If he goes for the hybrid build, it actually has a bit more value compared to if he went for a full Assassin Lancelot. We'll see if that is the route he goes for, though.
Do you think it's because he's anticipating aggression from Alter Ego? So just in case he doesn't get that purple buff, he at least has the Impure Rage to fall on.
I think that is definitely a solid point. But now with the turtle being engaged on, Alter Ego with the level advantage goes for it.
And a retry advantage. There's no way they can contest for this, and that's why Evos Legends played a bit safe, but Fluffy gets brought back to the team by way of the Dragon. And Evos Legends will lose out on a turtle and a kill early on.
Evos Legends, they went for it in a weird manner there. Already out-leveled, outclassed technically. But look at the town's prediction here. Papulung, always the odd one out in the predictions by the Samsung Galaxy S23 Series 5G. In the early game right here, Alter Ego is doing a lot better, but of course the early game still, draft-wise, benefits them so far. Can they maintain that momentum is the real question.
No, we're gone, Mirko.
It's okay.
We're
it's okay.
gone.
The curse. 42%, baby. Let's go. Okay, but it hasn't worked yet. Today, Evos and Evos won game 1, okay?
We swapped.
Well, Goni is still leading the pack right there. He must be very happy. His team is going to be playing as well later in the day. But look at this, man. Alter Ego already going for aggression.
Great way the Dragon onto Van Strong. Oh, he pulls him out of the Nether Realm, and it's a penalty zone by Pai. But Van Strong has that power of nature. Rossi, a big kick over to Irithel. Brands gets caught with the Purify. It doesn't matter. Alter Ego are styling on Evos game 2.
I mean, in fairness, we kind of anticipated this kind of result, right? With Irithel losing the lane against Nino, with a lot of just mid-game power spikes, early game power spikes coming in from Alter Ego. We kind of saw this coming. Now the question is, can Alter Ego stay consistent with this? Can they hold on to the reins and not lose it to Evos Legends again?
By all means, the longer the game goes, Evos has a better chance. They technically have 2 marksmen, and the Valentina scales very well with items. But if Alter Ego can shut it down before, we'll have to see, man.
Beautiful timing into the silence, and Udil picks him up. Good Ghost Bursters. Now Sunny Boy steals it away. Van Strong unable to do anything to help his jungler secure that buff. And now Sunny Boy will be 2 levels ahead. No retreat this time, but look at Nino. Already starting it up. Should be free from Alter Ego to take. Now Sunny Boy just picks it up for free. Van Strong taking very low already. Brands jumping in with the help of the Wild Charge. Nino Purify gets out. Kicks Fluffy back with a worldie, but Fluffy still wants to go for more. Gets bursted down. And Rossi kicks him out of the land of Dawn. Pi just in the front using that damage reduction. What an absolutely stunning performance by Alter Ego.
And now, Evos Legends, they're sweating. They might be starting to regret letting the Cho open here in the second game. Maybe the Cho ban instead of the Diggy would have been a better response perhaps now, because look at this, the fact that Rossi has been creating opportunities over and over, pressuring over and over, now sitting at a 2-0-2 on his signature Cho, and the fact that it's been so successful at putting Evos Legends on the back foot poses that question.
Especially because Evos Legends can't really contest the same way they did in game number 1. No one right now is tanky enough to just walk up and take that damage and get silence on top of all of that. So for now, they need some more tankiness, some items for that, and they also need some damage, because we see that they are going for some pickoffs on the side of Alter Ego, but they just don't have the damage to secure the deal.
Look at Rossi, just like an eel, so slippery, but the Wild Charge catches him. Flicker out, Rossi gets out, baits out. What? 3 ultimates from Evos Legends, and he's still there. He's taunting Evos Legends, forcing onwards. Meanwhile, Taz in the mid lane, 1v3, trying to defend this turret, but will not be able to do so. Alter Ego picks it up for free. Nino up top knows there is nothing that they can catch him with. No Wild Charge, no Primal Wrath.
It almost seems like their plan, instead of using the EXP laner to draw people away, is just to use Rossi, because he's just drawing so much attention. Here we see him again.
Onward, but the shampoo gets him out. That's a wave the dragon as well. Rossi, there's no way you get out of this one. Yes, there you go. The kill gets him. Pi now with the penalty zone, locks Brands down. Another realm saves him, and Nino is just dealing damage in the back. It's a flicker, but what are you gonna do against Pi, who's in the zone? It's another kill, 3 for 1. Roamer for a gold lane, mid lane, and another Roamer, plus a turtle.
It's a disaster. It's a disaster on all fronts for the White Tigers here. Alter Ego picking everything that they can in every single way as he looks for a pick on Taz. Either way, he was still able to steal that buff away, get a turtle, propelling them to even more aggression. And Rossi is looking for another pick.
They'll let Pi into his zone. Krike gets caught in the zone, steals the penalty zone away. Fluffy now with the onward, and another penalty zone comes through. Phantom execution in the back. Udil, how did he get a kill? Pi's just swinging. He's wildin'. Rossi looking for a pick. Again, Way the Dragon. But Van Strong's able to flicker to the right angle to escape. Brands now getting a few good chunks of damage onto Nino, but that base turret, the passive, the explosion, has been baited out, and Alter Ego are controlling the game spectacularly. 9,000 gold lead.
They're just not letting Evos Legends get any fight on their terms, man. I think Krite here needs to be a bit more decisive on what he wants to do with the ultimate, and Evos have to plan around the aggression. They need to know that if they stop Rossi, Pi is still gonna go in as well. And look at that, man. He is just doing, Rossi is doing such a good job of being a nuisance and forcing out so many spells. He rushed the Blade Armor as well, so he will be very immune to Brands' damage for now. And just like that, he's just waiting around Alter Ego, trying to cut Evos away from their own turret.
Van Strong's already very low. Oh my god! Look at the Stampede! Way the Dragon Flicker brings Fluffy back! The Netherrealm saves Krite. They don't even need minions to take this tier 2 down. They're going in! My goodness, Brands forced to play defensively. One more hit would have taken Brands out, but Brands was able to space perfectly. Taz takes and secures his orange buff, but he had to use the retreat.
No way. Brands is nowhere near ready for a fight at this point, right?
Yeah, I don't think he is anywhere close in gold. He is 2 levels behind Nino as well. And this time, Alter Ego has an assassin. So in stark contrast to game number 1, now Alter Ego have the tools they want. Multiple engages, security and mobility, and on top of that, an assassin to ensure that Evos cannot just cruise towards a comfortable late game.
I like that. I like that emote. That was pretty cute. All right. Because in a way, I was thinking, you're like, Evos Legends, they definitely still have an opportunity. They definitely still have a chance in the late game. But looking at how far behind they are at this point, with them relying so heavily onto the damage coming in from Brands, the fact that Brands has only picked up literally 1 item, that being has claws, do they really have enough firepower to defend the siege from Alter Ego?
We'll see if they do. That answer will come very, very soon. Seems like they are able to defend the bottom lane, but look at what Alter Ego are doing. Very smart with the wave manipulation. Holding a slow push up top and shoving mid and bottom lane. Trying to crash it all and also simultaneously bait out those passives.
Evos Legends composition really excels when they're together, so if they can be split apart right here by the wave manipulation, that is definitely a great way for Alter Ego to ensure that they can get something of value right here. Already splitting, letting Sunny Boy do his thing. Now with the Lord, Rossi gets some engage towards the back line.
No onward, penalty zone. Only on to Fluffy Pie. Whoa, flickers out of the turret range into the back. Press gets taken very low. He might actually get taken out. The calculations from Pie and the goal from Nino. Base is wide open. Taz is hunting for a kill. He gets Sunny Boy, but at the cost of his base, 1-1.
And here it is, both